Well, welcome back. Never mind the hair. I'm starting to look like Simon Merck's professor when he was young. But anyway, this is video build, X-wing video build number 2. Puttying. Another thing you want to do to get a nice smooth surface when you paint is to putty the seams. Sand them, putty them, and all that. I have the engines all worked out as you already know. On the engines I tried something new. I'll let you know how that works. I heard about it online. One of the I think it was off of Amazing Plastics. One of the members there was talking about whiteout. So I bought me some and I tried it on the engines. If my cameraman Mark can zoom in on this engine a little bit, I'll try to put the side where that is on there. Can you see that, Mark?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Right here is the seam.
Now if you keep moving it.
I specifically left the seam in between the ribs here so you can see the difference. Yeah. So them are done. I'm not going to focus on the engines. What I'm focusing on today is the weapons. This one is completed, just ready for paint, or primer. I'm going to primer the whole thing in black this time, not gray, because I wanted a darker feel. And if you have a black undercoat, the paint that you put on top has like a darker feel to it. I don't know why it does, but it does. So I'm priming everything in black. Yeah, I know. A lot of you guys out there say, well, then how are you going to see if your putty work is good? Well, I'm going to go on faith and say it's going to work. But anyway, that one is done. This one is half done. I've done this side. I have not done this side. That's what we're going to do today, is putty this side. It's simple. I'm also doing something else new. He says old men can't be taught. I heard this also off the community. I believe it was Amazing Plastics. It might have been Sci-Fi Fantasy. I'm not sure which one. I belong to both. Can't remember which one because I am old. But the seam we take, I gotta put my eyes on. Mark, if you can zoom in on this, I'll try to keep it in camera focus here. Take a piece of tape, and this is hard to do. Get it as close to the seam as you can, but you want it away from the seam at the same time. It's a little catch-22 there. Okay, that one's on. All I did is I took a piece of tape and I cut it. Now the seam's almost gone now, just from sanding. Anyway, what you're going to end up with is a little strip of model. And I used the wrong side of tape on this one. So we're going to move it around there. There we go. Okay. What you're going to end up with is a little strip of tape, a little strip of model where the seam is. Now, before I found this entry, in whatever site it was, I would just apply the putty right onto the seam, and it'd be all over. This actually helps out quite a bit. excuse me, you end up with just a little strip of your model, which is right on the seam, just like that. Okay? Now I wear gloves for two reasons. One, I don't want the oils off my skin to get on my model. Two is I know the model putty, the gray model putty, I'm allergic to. I tried it over the summer and I just broke up. I'm using Bondo. This is a modeler's friend, I'm telling you. It stinks, but it works. And all you do is you just apply your Bondo right onto the tape. What this is going to do, it's going to leave a little raised surface. Okay, after it's on, let it set for about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you take your tape off. What you're going to be, oh man, that's one in. What you're going to end up with is, hopefully if I do this right, a little strip of Bondo. If Mark can see that.
Yep.
Alright. And that's going to limit your sanding. Now, you got to let it dry. What you do, there's a nice little video on Google. They show how to make these little alligator clips. Of course, I made mine before that, but it's the same process as he did. Again, I forget who it was. But you just clip it, let it dry, stick it up on something. I got a little piece of styrene that I put it on. As you can see, I got some more up there. And you take the gloves off and you toss them. And that concludes Puttying 101. But you get the idea on just that little thing. You try to get all your seams so they're nice and smooth. I guess I could show you the tools I use to smooth them out with. It's very simple. Sandpaper. This one is 100 grit. And then you smooth it a little bit more with like 200, 600, whatever you want. These little sticks here are actually nail files, emery boards, emery files, whatever they're called. You can get them at the dollar store, a pack of like 10 or 20 of them for $1. I mean, come on. And then you just cut them into the size you need. I have multiple sizes. I got thin one, kind of thin one, thick one, which you can cut any which way you want. And they also come in different grits. So, I mean, this one actually has like a medium and a fine. You know, so this would be like a probably 200, 400 grit sandpaper. Same thing. Nice finishing sand. Alright, well that concludes Puttying 101. So, let's continue on with some model magic.